Take This Rose. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jenny.
And we just had a little hair adjustment in the bathroom before we started recording today.
Yeah, Tommy's hair is a little pointy.
It's a little off.
It's a little pointy.
So I'm working on it. I'm working on a lot of things.
Working on you.
Because, our YouTube videos are really taking off.
I know. They're taking away from all of our downloads.
I know they are. Really, on iTunes. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of people are watching our YouTube videos. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Please, again, tell us why.
Yeah. Just keep feeding in. And we've got a new policy here. If you hate it, don't rate it. We had one really negative comment.
I enjoyed it though.
I did too. I probably
reveled in it.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I can probably pull it up actually.
I feel like you haven't made it until people start bashing you on the internet.
Well, somebody kind of took exception to us eating on air all the time. We're not eating on air this week, even though
only because I'm lazy.
Yeah, Jenny couldn't cook for us. God.
I didn't feel like it. Dude, my husband's out of town. It's just, I get lazy.
So, YRS wrote, couldn't watch a lot of this video even though I wanted to because that guy kept eating loudly and smacking his lips. Super annoying. Will not come back to this channel. Well, thanks. I think that this podcast may not be for you, but that's all right.
It's okay. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
Hate.
Player's gonna play.
Play. Baby, I'm just gonna shake. Shake.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Ooh.
If there's any question as to whether or not we are the most Caucasian podcast possible.
Oh, God, we're so damn
right. Okay. So, yeah, our YouTube channel is doing great. It's Take This Rose Podcast. You can always find us on there and you want to watch us. Of course, we're on Facebook, Take This Rose.
Yep.
Twitter, @Take This Rose. Another great night of live tweeting by you, as always. Our Instagram is @Take This Rose Podcast. And our Gmail is takethisrosepodcast@gmail.com. And we actually got an email this week, a little mailbag. Yeah. Now, something about the mailbag, I would like to get more questions in.
Yes.
But I will take praise.
Obviously.
Like how?
Why else do we do this,
yes.
Tommy?
So Kaya, our friend Kaya, wrote into us, and I will let you read the email. It's right here.
I'm excited.
Okay.
As usual, per my method, this is a cold read.
Cold read, yep.
Cold read.
Just diving right in fresh.
Dear Jenny and Tommy, I've been listening to your podcast since Caitlin's season, and you guys are honestly, that's really throwback. Was that our first season?
That was our first season.
Dude, that was a rough season.
Kaya, and you know what? Actually, I've listened back. The content is good. The sound quality is really bad.
Yeah. We were like on your old iPad.
Yeah. So it was not the best.
Up in one of the bedrooms in my house because we were redoing the kitchen.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So thank you for sticking with us that long.
Yep. Thank you. You guys are honestly one of my favorite Bachelor podcasts, and I've meant to write a review or something for a pretty long time, but I'm on break from college now, so I decided to email in.
Woo.
The first episode that I ever listened to of the podcast was the one in which you guys were discussing the whole Clint and JJ thing. I know they were popping back zits in the shower, hot tubbing, and staring deep into each other's eyes while strumming the guitar but not singing. And during part of it, I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. And ever since then, you've had a loyal listener.
Oh, I'm going to have to listen back to that one.
That was gold.
That was a great one.
Like, that was solid material.
They were intellectually curious about each other, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, God. I really enjoy how you guys always acknowledge the absurdity of the show and how it can be, at times, slightly/very offensive and insensitive, but just how good it is at other times, which kind of makes it worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and also, I loved the reading of Chris Harrison's book, The Perfect Letter, and Tommy's love for Chris Harrison, as well as Jenny's unwavering narrator voice. And the podcast overall. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sincerely, Kaya.
Huh. There we go. So you've got a great narration voice.
I do.
Did she mean of the book or of the podcast?
I'm going to go with both.
Yeah.
Though specifically my book narration.
Yeah, I thought that was really...
was top notch.
Yeah, you
broke.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, because they were talking about exploding inside of women. If you're a newer listener, go back to iTunes in our library and read listen to.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Listen to when we read excerpts from Chris Harrison's romance novel.
It was during
The Perfect Letter.
Sponsored by NPR. No, it wasn't. We wish.
Yeah.
So It was at the beginning of each episode. It was like when we would do our housekeeping and we would do a reading.
Oh,
so
man.
you don't have to listen to the whole thing unless you really want to. Like, that's fine, guys. Just like take an hour.
Yeah.
But the perfect letter readings are just, oh my God, they're so good.
They are amazing.
That Chris Harrison sure can write.
Man, a wordsmith.
He's such a wordsmith.
Oh, gosh.
Killing me with his prose.
The guy, getting hot and bothered just thinking about some of those scenes. Also, what gets me really excited is our fantasy league. I forgot to mention that. We're the Take This Roast podcast. I forget who's in the lead right now, but you can still join in on the fun. I still think there's time.
Yep.
Pick Nick, who I know who that person is. You are in last place. So, Nikki, really, pick it up. Also, last week we talked about doing a raffle for if you had nominated me for the Bachelorette.
We did. We introduced that.
Yes.
And they believed us.
Yeah, they did. So something that I kind of realized was, because a YouTuber pointed it out to us, a YouTube commenter, that we didn't really give enough requisite information.
We really didn't. Yeah. It was like a spur of the moment, fly by the seat of our pants kind of thing. So
this is what the dealio is, all right? If you need to tell them, my name is Tommy Roth. Yes. Age 27. Yeah, it is 27.
You're like 40.
I'm like 40, yeah. But really, I've seen things. But I'm 27.
Have you ever listened to John Mulaney?
No.
He talks about his
He went
French
to
bulldog.
my high school.
Really?
Yeah.
He talks about his French bulldog puppy. He's like, she is a 1-year-old, but her face is as old as time.
It's true. Bulldogs, they look kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah. Sorry.
My occupation.
Interruption.
I think we have to list my occupation as Bachelor Podcast co-host. Correct? Or do we want to do Chris Harrison lookalike?
Okay, we've got options. We've got the classic personal trainer.
Yeah, but I don't think
because it's a staple occupation.
But we want to differentiate.
Okay, then I think we either go with Bachelor Podcast co-host, which would work because like they had the Bachelor Superfan on. So
yeah, he had a great run.
I don't think he was there for like a whole episode.
Yeah.
And then he talked to a mini horse or something.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
No, that was a different season. Yeah. The mini horse was a different
season.
That was
on The Bachelor. That was the cowgirl, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So this podcast would not preclude you from appearing on the show. But then we've also got Chris Harrison lookalike.
Yeah. I think what we do, simple. Bachelor Podcast co-host / Chris Harrison lookalike.
All right.
Now, if you need photos of me to submit,
you could check out his Instagram,
which I forgot to plug last week, at Tommy.Roth.
Plug.
ROTH. And you're actually going to have to go on there to get pictures.
Yeah.
If you need to put down an email address, to use takethisrosepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Because we've already disclosed.
Yeah. And then I think you just have to tell them why I'm so great.
So make some shit up.
Yeah. Well, you can think of something. I'll tell you who isn't great is Lee.
Oh.
Some stuff that came out.
We found out some shit.
Ooh, Lee.
Lee is partial to white sheets.
Yes. Lee, he's a tad bit racist. Just a smidge.
Just a wee. Do we have some of his tweets pulled up?
We should have, but I don't even want to read them. Just the awkwardness that would be involved.
So bad.
They're awful. He's comparing the NAACP. I just called the NCAA.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes there's like a mental thing in my head with that too.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know why. Like, I just am so sports focused sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to just associate everything with sports.
Yep.
So
he compares the NAACP
to the KKK.
Nope. Very different.
Similar organizations.
Nope.
They are all made of letters. This is true. Argue with me. Prove me wrong. So he did that, and I think it's safe to say I know how he voted in the election. Yep. And he's not a great guy.
He voted for Jill Stein.
Which is, once again, amazing the amount of huge...
A lot of Jill Stein supporters.
A lot of huge leftists on the Bachelorette this season. Wow.
Yeah, no. He really hates black people.
Yeah.
And white people who disagree with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's not mutually exclusive.
Yes. It's not just black people.
Right.
He also hates people who don't like hunting. He also hates people who consider themselves feminists because they're just ugly and can't get a man.
Or who get snooty beers.
Yes.
Like Miller Lite.
Who voted for Hillary.
Yeah.
Like, he's an equal opportunity bigot.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Yeah. I didn't see a tweet about gay people, but I'm sure he finds their lifestyle offensive.
Actually, surprisingly, really open-minded when it comes to gay people.
Do you think it's maybe because
he's gay?
He's gay.
He could be. Yeah, I think that's a good rumor to start. Also, Chris Harrison comes out and says production had no idea.
No, they fucking knew. You know how I know they know? Because all of, like, the previews were just, like, people pointing out subtle comments that he's making.
And being like...
that wouldn't necessarily be automatically construed as you're a big fat fucking racist.
Right, but then you kind of piece it all together. I'm shocked that he survived the house. There were some big guys
that he's,
in
like,
there.
not out there dead right now?
Yeah, right. Like, Anthony and Kenny are big dudes. Yes. I would not want to mess with them.
No.
Yeah. Scared straight. That would be.
Well, plus, don't underestimate, like, the power of
scared straight,
group of
literally
people.
In Lee's case, scared straight, huh? Oh, God. I love that we just decided he's gay. He's gay. He's gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, being gay is totally cool. Yeah.
Some of my best friends are gay.
I do have friends that are gay.
I know, but I just had to phrase it that way because it's, like, the standard line.
We are just digging ourselves a hole.
I know. Guys, I'm sorry. We're like straight white people, and we're the worst.
So,
moving on.
Let's just dive right into the episode. Started with DeMario making his grand return.
I already forgot about that.
Yeah, he was there. Harrison, the security, and his whole production insight went really into the situation.
Was that like the only time he was in this episode?
No, he presented a group date card as well. So he gets paid about $3 million a year by this franchise. Does he get
here for roughly 30 seconds an episode?
Do you think he gets an hour screen time out of both The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise?
Like one season each?
Well, all combined. Well, I'm not counting Men Tell All.
Or like the After the Rose.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So not including the After the Rose specials, obviously.
No, like actual episodes.
I do not think he gets an hour.
Well, you see, I think
How many episodes is that in totality?
It's like 30.
No, I don't think he gets an hour. I don't think he gets 2 minutes an episode.
Oh, boy. I think he gets like 5 minutes the first episode of every season. I don't know. It's a good gig. Whatever it is, it's doing great.
Do we have any, like, mathematically or analytically inclined listeners who would like to calculate that for us?
Or people who have... Well, what are they calculating? We're asking them...
You watch an episode and you time how long he's on screen.
Okay, so from here on out.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're not going to get an hour. But if he got up to like...
if he got
up to like 25 minutes, he'd be sitting pretty at that point.
Yeah. I don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't know. Just, somebody do it. Thanks. DeMario is there. Rachel comes out and she gives him a really cold, awkward handshake, which was really, really sad.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's so icy. Oh, God.
It was awesome.
Her heart was frozen. And DeMario's talking. He says, he took an Uber over there. Bullshit. They for sure sent a car for him.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even, like, take him away. They just drove him around the block and let him change in the back of the limo.
Right. So DeMario says, I was telling the Uber driver, I'm going to go see the woman of my dreams. And the Uber driver says, don't take no for an answer. I wouldn't. Yeah.
You really should take no for an answer. Because no is a perfectly acceptable answer and in no way dangers your masculinity.
No, yeah. I would have phrased it differently. Just don't be afraid. I would have told him, don't be afraid to put your heart on the line.
Oh, if you were the cab driver. I thought you were going to phrase mine differently.
Oh, no. Yeah, no is totally an acceptable answer, yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
We're on the same page with this.
No, I'm very anti-violating women's rights. Women's rights are humans' rights, and humans' rights are women's rights.
Oh my God, you get your very own pussy hat now.
Yeah. That's a direct...
It's already coming in the mail.
It's a direct quote from a Hillary speech.
There you go.
It is, from like the 90s. That's her big one in China.
Oh, hills.
Yeah, oh God.
She should probably go back to the woods.
Just walking around, just like Chad, after he got eliminated. Going up to random people's windows and dragging her in.
Does anybody else miss Chad?
I really miss Chad. Yeah, because I don't like what they're doing with the villain this season. Is Eric a villain? We'll get to it later.
I don't know. They keep like having to come up with new villains because she's having none of this bullshit and just keeps sending them home.
So, pretty much she says, I've grown from this situation, blah, blah, blah. And she says, well, I'm glad you've grown, but I can't do this.
Yeah, but fuck you.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 31.
Right?
I do not need this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
My Fridays, I'm watching Dateline. Literally, those are my Fridays.
Yeah,
so I would assume in 4 years that it's not going to get more exciting.
No.
I might switch to 48 hours. I don't know.
Oh my God. Crazy.
I know. I'll tell you, Dateline, what a show. Ooh. Keith Morrison, when he's narrating, goosebumps. Dream Dinner. 3 guests,
guys,
dead or alive.
Ladies.
Chris Harrison.
Tommy single.
Keith Morrison. Who's the third one? I don't know.
What was the question?
3 people that you have dinner with, dead or alive. Mine are Chris Harrison, Keith Morrison, and probably Chad.
Probably Chad.
So then when Chad murders Chris Harrison, Keith Morrison can narrate what's going on to me. Okay. So then we go back to the rose ceremony that's going on, or the cocktail party.
The cocktail party.
I wrote down so many bad dressers. Guys, there's a lot of bad dressers this season.
Oh my God. They don't know how to put a fucking outfit together.
Ooh,
It's like either completely overdone or it's just like, where are you going?
Like Diggy, you gotta drop the bow ties and glasses. That's his only look.
His bow ties are so big.
And his glasses
They're
suck.
like almost comically oversized.
I know.
His bow ties.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to do like the Russell Westbrook, like the NBA thing.
Yeah.
Like the NBA really changed the game.
He's trying to do the post-game press conference.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But no, that's just a terrible.
He's too short for it.
Yeah, he's just. He looks bad. Lucas had a terrible jacket.
It was like he had like a neon green shirt and then like a gray
It's
plaid
like
jacket.
It's like a canary yellow, I would say, but it's like a blue and yellow plaid jacket.
I thought it read more green. It was a greeny yellow.
Yeah, I think the right person could have pulled it off, but this whole area.
Not a white person.
No, I think I could have pulled it off. No, I think you need to have a tan. Well, hey,
Lucas has a tan. He had a spray tan.
I just think your whole face has to be a lot better than his was in order to pull that off.
Really? I think no one should wear that outfit.
Yeah, that's probably.
Especially the level to which his shirt was open. A lot of the guys went for that look too. There were a couple in bow ties. There were a couple who had like very open collars.
Yeah. Like
too open.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I didn't like that either.
And then the ties are bad though too.
Yeah.
Everyone, what are we doing? Just, it's not hard.
Yeah. All Eric's suits look like he's like going to a job interview at a data entry company.
Oh,
like
that's
the shirt tie combos. Think about it. Think about it.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're wrong.
I've also been watching a lot of Friends.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's really seeped into your subconscious.
Yes.
Then we had a lot of Lucas and Blake drama.
Ugh, God.
Lucas told Rachel that Blake has a crush on me. In fact, this was great.
I caught him standing over my bed while I was sleeping. He was like peeling a banana and like licking the banana.
I don't think this is that far-fetched. I've got a lot of suspicions about Blake as well.
Yes.
And I
have even more suspicions about Blake than I do about Lee.
Yeah,
Blake
right.
is definitely gay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not the one that said it.
I think Blake is gay.
I think he's compensating for a lot with he is. But so the idea of him just eating a banana, watching over, not even Chad was like, that's fucked up.
Dude, that's fucked up. And then he just takes a bite from his sweet potato.
I forgot he was eating whole sweet potatoes while talking to that Canadian guy. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I miss Chad.
Who's the Canadian guy? Oh god. That he was always talking with. Let's be less Donald Trump, more Benito Mussolini.
Oh, Daniel.
Yeah, that guy was good too.
Daniel.
Oh, the collective genius there. So Lucas tells that to Rachel. And Rachel, she confronts Blake about it.
She like takes it way too seriously. It's like Girl, this was clearly a joke.
Yeah, and so she takes it seriously and confronts Blake, and Blake has a perfect denial already. Says that's impossible.
First of all, I don't even eat carbs. So I don't eat bananas.
And he wonders why he went home later. How can you date somebody that doesn't eat carbs in the days of brunch that we're in currently?
I know. Oh, brunch.
Brunch. Brunch.
Have some sourdough bread. Maybe we should make some French toast.
Ooh, yeah, it's a little late. A little late for that.
Is it?
It is. No, it definitely is. It's
pregnant.
9:30.
It's never too late for French toast.
That's true. I at Panera has a French toast bagel that I might try someday.
Interesting.
I get a bagel like twice a week from Panera.
Is it like, when is it French toasted?
See, I don't know.
And like at what point in the bageling process?
I think they just have like a sprinkle of something that they think is French toast flavor, and they sprinkle it on there.
Because would it be like a bagel that's like dipped in egg batter and then put on the griddle?
You see, wouldn't that be the logical conclusion?
That would be, but I feel like that's not what it is. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's probably just like going to be an eggy bagel.
Yeah, I don't want that. I like the Asiago cheese bagel. I'm gonna stick with my guns.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're reeling a lot of ladies with the Asiago cheese bagel.
Yeah. Oh man, I am a well-rounded individual. How am I not on this show?
It's outrageous. Oh my god, people should nominate you.
Yeah, oh my god, how could you do that? Go to abc.com/casting, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. There's also going to be a casting call in Chicago. I'm not sure if men are allowed. If people know that men are allowed, reach out to us. Even slide into my DMs at Tommy.Roth. Second plug. Making up for missing one last week. So then we go to the rose ceremony. And pretty much the whole shakedown was, is it going to be Blake or Lucas that gets a rose?
That was what they framed it as.
Yes.
Because both of them are just like, if the other guy gets a rose, I'm going to be like so mad. I don't care if I get a rose. I just don't want him to get a rose.
Yeah. And then, sure enough, neither got a rose. Oh, it was so great.
Oh, it was so great.
And you could tell Lucas was pretty happy.
And then he left. And Blake just like kept standing up there for a really long time, to the point that I got confused. I'm like, wait, he didn't get a rose, right?
Yeah. Well, he was there for the right reasons. He just didn't want to be on TV. And he wasn't trying to extend his time on TV at all. No. He was there for love.
Nope.
So then afterwards, they're kind of giving their exit interviews.
Near each other.
Yeah. And they got into a little tiff.
A wee little tiff.
A wee whittle tiff.
It was like the dumbest fight I've ever seen. My IQ dropped 20 points.
It was so dumb. Blake tried to do a waboom. His douche swoop got all messed up when he was doing the waboom.
Yep.
That's probably why Lucas does not have a douche swoop. The only reason that he learned that a waboom unsettles the douche swoop.
It does.
So much. Yeah. And then he did like a fart joke. And he called... it was tough for me to watch because Lucas was like, who cares? You're a personal trainer. And Blake kept saying, you're a failed comedian. I'm both a personal trainer and a failed comedian. So it was a little tough for me.
You're not a failed comedian. We're a success.
Yeah, I guess. I keep smacking my lips way too much.
I'm telling you, negative comments on the internet, it means we've made it.
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah, their interview is it's a little tough.
Yeah, they were just like, I felt like their argument was almost too stupid to not be pre-planned.
Right, that's the thing. They totally told Blake. I feel like they were in on this together.
Yes, that's what I mean by pre-planned. Yeah. I don't mean pre-planned by the producers. I mean pre-planned by the two of them.
Yeah, so we got a little Zapruder film going on. Yeah,
and I further think that because fucking Waboom is going to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And did you notice how Blake's douche swoop moved back and to the left? Back and to the left. If you've never seen JFK by Oliver Stone, you will not get that joke. But that's
I've seen that part.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous movie.
That is pretty absurd. Kevin Costner, what are you doing in that movie?
What is he doing in a lot of movies?
Well, he's made a big comeback.
I'm going to make an unpopular statement. Mm-hmm. Kevin Costner is a terrible actor.
Oh, I wouldn't say terrible.
I think he's a terrible actor.
Okay, he is only good in like two types of roles.
Okay, what?
White guy dealing with his athleticism slipping past him for the love of the game in Bull Durham. And then white guy with a terrible relationship with his father whose farm ends up being haunted by ghosts that played baseball.
Okay, Field of Dreams is a quality
Great.
film.
It's a great film.
Yes.
And Dances with Wolves, he's not good in as an actor.
No.
But it's a cool looking movie. It won a bunch
I
of awards.
remember liking that when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's really long.
Yeah.
It's really long, and he's got no charisma.
I don't remember really anything that happened in it, but I remember liking that movie for some reason.
I feel like at some point the tribe would be like, dude, get your life. Get some friends of your own.
Dude, I really love the movie Bull Durham.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me crazy, his performance in it, because when he's like swearing at Tim Robbins, like when they're arguing in the bar and he's like swearing, I feel like his body is rejecting the profanity.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't say fuck with the enthusiasm required.
But he can actually play baseball. He actually looks like an athlete. I think he's good in that movie. So yeah, he's not a.
I still maintain
he's not a
good actor.
failed performer like how Lucas was.
Bringing it back.
R.I.P. Waboom.
Bringing it back.
We'll see you in paradise. Ugh.
See you on Jimmy Kimmel.
Then Papa Bear showed up. He had a good 45 seconds of screen time here. Says you're gonna have a great week. 2 group dates and a one-on-one.
Woo!
First group date.
I don't know where that sound came from.
No, you were excited.
Yeah.
It's better than saying boom. That's the last time we're gonna say that word on this.
Yep.
Last time.
It's dead.
It's dead. I just killed it.
It's buried.
Adios.
Later.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Let's eulogize Waboom really quick. The thing that I always think of when I think of Waboom is how much I was confused by Waboom. What is Waboom?
It left me puzzled. It left me curious and yet
A little gassy.
not giving a shit. Curious, a little gassy.
Yeah. That's all we have to say. So the group date card said lights, camera, action. And they were going to the Ellen show.
Everybody loves Ellen.
Ellen summed up our lives perfectly. She says, every year I'm not going to watch the show, and then I get sucked in.
Yep. Ellen, you are all of us.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Pull me back in.
So
She had a nice anniversary video about her and Portia today on
nice.
Instagram.
That's
They
so
really
sweet.
love each other. It's so cute.
That's nice, yeah. How about Arrested Development coming back soon?
I'm excited.
And they're going to film it the way they did the original series.
Ooh, yay, that's better.
Yeah, so it's not going to be those little vignettes about one character at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ellen has all the guys on. First she says, has anybody kissed Rachel? And Brian
Dude.
is like standing next to her and she's got the microphone and he aggressively grabs it.
Yes, several times. You
Yeah.
do not take the microphone from Ellen.
So he said that he had kissed her and then Will said it and then Brian said, Will got my sloppy seconds.
Which I just really hate
Are we 15?
as a phrase.
Sloppy seconds? Brian is 37.
Yes.
Everybody that he's hooked up with has hooked up with somebody else at this point.
Yes. It is a juvenile statement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a terrible statement.
I mean,
Like,
it's a nice alliteration.
it's just, ugh.
Who cares? I mean,
Who a woman has kissed before she has kissed you
Yeah.
has no relevance on her value as a human being.
really, I would prefer that she has brushed her teeth since. But even that is not a deal breaker.
No.
My standards are low.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
I'm on several dating apps.
You're like real close to rock bottom.
Once again, you can nominate me to be on The Bachelorette.
Or you
I
can
love
just
it.
date him.
Yeah. So, once again, you have to send in proof of your nomination. Take a screenshot.
Yes.
Send it in. Take this Rose podcast
And
at
then you go in
gmail.com.
the raffle.
Yeah.
And then you have live or virtual coffee with us.
Yep.
And then, this
This guy's.
could be all yours.
Yeah.
Listeners, I'm
Doing my double chin right now.
I'm Vanna-ing Tommy.
Yeah, it's
for the
pretty-
YouTubes.
Pretty great. And then they had a dance through the crowd. And they said they did this every episode where men take their shirts off and dance through the aisles.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Tommy. I'm not at home during the day, so
Well,
I
you're
don't
about to be.
catch a lot of full. I am. I don't catch a lot of full episodes of
Yeah,
Ellen, so I'll
me
report
neither.
back to you when I'm on maternity leave.
Yeah.
But
It's alarming.
It was, yeah.
I'm sick of how men are objectified in today's society. I'm not a piece of meat.
You guys guys have been objectified for like 2 minutes.
Oh, please. Are you serious? Anytime I walk down the street, people say, "Get away from me."
You object.
Why do people keep asking women if I'm bothering them?
Oh my god, that was so good.
Then Veep, yeah.
Anybody watch Veep?
that's a good
Veep
one.
is so good. Jonah.
So yeah, just stop objectifying us. And then they show Alex start stripping. He's in terrible pants, by the way.
Oh, yes.
But his eyes, he was possessed by the devil.
They were like rolling back in
Yeah,
his head.
he's an evil Russian.
Yes.
He is Rasputin with a much cleaner cut and, frankly, a better face.
Well, yeah, obviously. Rasputin has a terrible face.
But he had a very large penis. Look it up.
Really?
Yep.
Why do you know that?
Because it's legendary that his penis was very large. Rasputin.
About Rasputin?
Yeah, Rasputin. Scaring a hog in his pants. Oh, man, yeah, guy. He had it all.
How did that become legendary?
Because supposedly his daughter, when they found his body, they cut it off to preserve it for science. Because it was...
Ew.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Pretty impressive, huh? So that's what Alex was thinking
These are
about.
things I didn't need to know in life.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Why did I ask?
We're going to get so many negative comments this week on YouTube and terrible reviews.
Oof.
So yeah, Alex was possessed. It was really weird. And then they played Never Have I Ever.
I love that segment. Have you seen the one with Anna Kendrick and Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart?
No, I thought you didn't watch daytime TV.
I saw a clip of it on the internet. On the YouTubes.
Okay, sure. You're just lying because you don't want people to know that you obsessively watch men taking their clothes off and be objectified by a bunch of 40-year-old women in the crowd at Ellen every day. You are part of the problem, Missy. Okay?
Yep, totally.
I am going to stand up for my rights because men's rights are human rights and human's rights are men's rights.
Oh, God, it's just so ridiculous.
So, no, I have not seen that segment.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Also, I just love Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I do like
Friendship.
Martha Stewart. Yeah, she's pretty great.
Yeah.
So they, some of the items were Never Have I Ever imagined having sex with Rachel. Peed in the pool. Alex had peed in the pool before. Taking a nude selfie. Peter had taken a nude selfie. That was interesting.
Yes.
Slept with a woman 2 times my age. Fred had done that.
Yep. 21 and early 40s.
Yep. And kissed the Bachelorette. And once again, this was a huge hubbub.
Yes. So it was
Will
and
Peter
and Brian.
Brian, yep.
Yeah.
They had all kissed
Will, throughout this point of the episode, I'm on team Will and Peter.
Yes. I think Brian's going to go far because she wants to bone the shit out of him.
Have sex with him so bad.
Boy. Wow.
She wants to fuck
But
him.
yeah, I really like Will and I really like Peter.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I haven't seen enough of Will, though, to his where he's my number one. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Woo! That guy.
I would marry Peter.
Yeah. Oh, so would I. God.
I would also bang Peter.
Once again, so would I.
Yeah.
But Will, I think he's an attractive guy. He seems like a nice guy. But
Yeah.
I need a one-on-one date.
The snippets of conversations that we've seen with him.
Yeah,
I really
nice.
Like.
Yeah.
I really like him.
So we need an extended view, just like how we've had of Peter. So then we go to the cocktail party that night. And there was a lot of making out.
Yep, because all those guys were like, oh, fuck, I haven't kissed her yet.
Well, it was pretty much the Tickle Monster and Fred. But, yeah.
Why is the Tickle Monster still here? Why has no kind producer walked up to Rachel and said, I really feel like I should tell you that he put that as his profession.
And
because it puts everything in a new, gross context.
Do you think she's just watching it and just shuddering and leaving the room? Yeah, it's pretty...
I think she's angry now. I think she's like, why did nobody fucking tell me that?
That's what he decided to call himself.
Why did no one tell me that?
But so, first, I think, was Brian, and she was just humping him. And then, same with Peter. And then Will, they had a good make-out with. Mm-hmm. Then Fred...
Oh my god, it was so
Fred,
sad.
since he knows her, since he's been a kid, says he's been waiting 20 years to kiss her. Oh, Fred.
And then he's all like, he's trying to be, I understand what he was going for. He was really trying to be a gentleman about it. He was like, I like want to move it. What he wanted was to move forward in the relationship because he feels like he's behind the other guys because that was just the nature of that game. And he didn't want to make it uncomfortable for her.
Right.
So, but he like talked about it way too much. And then he like asked her permission to kiss her. But not, so like, I'm not opposed 100% to men asking permission, but I feel like there needs to be a moment still. Like a moment where
you need to be, you can't,
they would naturally kiss.
You cannot be sitting in arms with distance
and like talking about stuff and then be like, can I kiss you?
Right,
like that's fucking
you're like, you have to be like arm over her.
Yeah, you have to be like close to kissing.
Right.
And then asking permission is, you know, nice in today's society.
Yeah.
But Rachel does not like that in a man.
And she was like, I've never been asked before, now this is awkward.
Rachel is a grabber and stamper down kind of girl.
And then they kissed.
And her mouth was so tight.
But Fred thought it went great.
He did. He was like so excited about it.
All right, this is a problem with Fred, is that he's still holding on to his grade school crush.
Yes.
When he's in his 20s, I have no idea who my grade school crush was.
Only Squints marries Wendy Peppercorn.
Oh, from Sandlot?
Yeah.
Yes. And I've got no idea even who my high school crush was.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I really like
and it's like
that.
the age disparity when he had that crush, too, is just like...
I loved Angie Harmon when she was on Law & Order and I was like 10. I'm willing to bet if I saw her, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, there's... Well, I probably would be because I still watch the reruns. But still, I mean, you just got to let go. So
they made out, but they didn't because it was her mouth was like this.
Yeah, if you could see what Jenny's doing for our listeners, it's her lips are sealed.
Yep,
she's
very close
doing her
jaw.
Ujjayi breath, as we say in yoga. Your breath of fire.
Oh man, very closed mouth, not at all, and especially when you see like the way she attacked the other guys.
Yeah, it was.
Like open
she's
mouth,
a face eater,
tongue, everything. So it's like, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. You went to the other room.
I had to leave the room.
You were like, oh my god, is it over yet?
I literally pulled my shirt over my face. I was so embarrassed for him. I felt bad for the guy. He seems like a decent enough guy, but yeah.
Yeah, and then he was all excited about it, and then...
She comes out with a rose.
Yeah. So she's about to give out the rose or whatever, and she's like, can I talk to you?
And I was like, holy shit, there's no way that works.
And I was like, no, she's going to send him home.
And sure enough, she says, next thing she says to the cameras was, I just can't get over him as a child. And kissing him was like kissing a little boy. Ooh, she's a pedophile. What? Well, first of all, what does she know that kissing a little boy is like? As like a woman. Oh my god. And that is like the worst thing you could possibly ever hear. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that's worse than that was after Ben and Caitlin made out and she said, "Are you a virgin?" People forget that happened.
Oh,
like,
God,
she was like,
that was so good.
This guy is terrible at kissing. Yeah.
He must be a virgin.
Yeah, there's no way he could have had sex before. So she sends him home. And then who got the rose? Ooh, do we know who got the rose? I'm guessing it was Will. I don't know. They didn't show who got the rose.
If they did, we sure weren't paying attention.
Yeah. And they also didn't show Anthony getting a one-on-one date card.
No.
Yeah.
I was like surprised when that started happening.
Anthony's
like,
one-on-one was pretty short. His date card said "Meet me on." He thought it said
at the rodeo.
Oh, at the rodeo. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it said "Meet me on rodeo."
He said it said "Meet me at the rodeo."
Oh, okay. Well, they went to Rodeo Drive and they rode horses, which I'm sure all the traffic cops love.
Yeah, they did.
Great.
And you were like, everyone, I bet all the people living there really loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Tommy, it's Rodeo Drive. It's all tourists.
Yeah, apparently.
They ate that shit up.
I'm not a big LA person, so.
Me neither. It's terrible.
Yeah. In-N-Out. Hey.
I actually didn't go to In-N-Out Burger when I was there in January.
In-N-Out. Here's the
thing. You know what I also didn't think to do? Go to Disneyland.
No, well,
None
why
of
would you
us
do
thought
that?
to do that because I like it.
The Onion had a great headline about Disneyland
About
today.
Disneyland?
Yeah, they're like Disney opens park for adults that have an appropriate sense of detachment from their childhood. Some people are way too obsessed with Disney.
Oh yeah. I know a woman who takes their kids there like multiple times a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you even afford that?
Let's circle back.
Okay.
We skipped over In-N-Out. Here's the thing about In-N-Out.
All right.
Great burger.
Okay.
Fries extremely overrated.
Oh no.
Fries are fresh cut, and some people rave about their fries. The winning combination would be In-N-Out burger, Five Guys fries. Now we're talking.
Oh my God, Five Guys fries.
Oh, so good.
We got that yesterday on the way home from the pool because we had to stop and pick up Jeff's triathlon packet.
Yeah.
And we turned into the parking lot and there was a Five Guys next to where he was picking it up. And I go, babe. Yeah.
You just did a triathlon.
Well, he didn't know he was picking up the packet. It's next.
Well, you're doing a triathlon.
Yeah.
You've kind of earned it.
Oh, yeah. He had ridden and swam that day.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So he earned it, and I'm pregnant, so.
Yeah, of course you've earned it.
Jenny gets a burger if she wants a burger.
That little baby's gonna.
Yeah, we ate almost all the fries in the car. We split a medium.
That's so good.
They put an extra thing in your fries.
Oh, I know, yeah.
They fill up the container, and then they fill up this metal container.
Yeah, and then they
pour
put
it that
in
a bag.
It's totally unnecessary, but bag fries are the best fries.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're just a little secret hidden
They're
gem.
like the perfect cooked and the perfect level of salt. Well, and like they fresh fry them.
Yeah.
Like they've got all these baskets of like small batch fries. That's why they're so good.
And what I like about Five Guys, one more thing before we get back on track. The go-to order, the regular burger, is a double.
It is a double.
I love that.
I love that they have what is it? Is a small burger a little burger?
Yeah.
I think it's called little. It's still pretty big, but it's just one patty, and it's like the perfect size for me.
Right.
The little bacon cheeseburger.
So they were riding horses on Rodeo Drive. There's no way to transition.
No.
They stopped in a cowboy shop with some gay cowboys.
Yes.
And they got boots and a hat. Then
they did not get off their horses while they were trying on the boots.
No, yeah.
Which I found to be an odd choice, because normally you want to put your weight on a shoe.
But maybe the horses would have freaked out if they didn't.
If they had gotten off?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't yawn or else I'm going to yawn.
It's too late.
Yeah. Then they went to a Sprinkles ATM. Which producer has money invested in that contraption? It's an ATM that gives you cupcakes.
You know, I feel like I'd want something a little fresher.
That's not an ATM. It's a vending machine, first of all.
Yes, it's a vending machine. And also, like, how often are they refilling these cupcakes? Like, do they have a person who's, like, constantly going from the shop to the vending machine?
Well, I wonder if it's such a high traffic area that they run out all the time. I hope they're fresh baked every morning.
I find that pointless. Just go to the fucking cupcake shop.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is where America should be headed.
We're on the wrong path, Tommy.
We're objectifying men. We're vending cupcakes. And we're kissing little boys, apparently.
It's terrible.
3 strikes and you're out.
Yep.
So.
Bye, America.
Yeah. Then they went to another store and the horse took a huge shit.
And they blurred it out again.
Yeah.
So, 2 things this is confirmed. 1, you are apparently not allowed to show poop on network television.
Apparently.
And 2, there was actual shit in those fake baby diapers.
Yeah, apparently.
In that challenge.
Yeah. You got a ma, which is good, and a nur, which is good.
Ma, nur.
Ma, nur.
Then
so many quotes tonight. Then we had the night portion of the date. And they just talked about, Anthony talked about how he had a great family. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Chicago boy. Got a rose, and then they went and danced in front of some live music. Oh, it was not country music.
Nope.
Some unknown country
the black
artist.
people get jazz.
Yeah, thank God. If this is what it took to get no country music on this show, why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
Why didn't we get a black Bachelorette a long time ago?
Oh, you could have saved us from so many guys with weird hair
country singers
saying "I love you" like that guy. Oh God, they're terrible.
And like people pretending like they knew who these people were.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. Yeah, I love this guy.
One of my favorite singers. Yeah. Like, no, he's not. He's not.
He's playing at Old Crow Smokehouse in Wrigleyville, right? He's not. He's nothing.
No, he's no one.
Then we got a group date card. And it says sometimes women have to take charge. Eric flipped out beforehand. I don't even know how to describe this.
He's got a bit of an anger issue.
Yeah, a bit. Eric, I'm curious to see do people like Eric?
I don't know.
I'm kind of anti-Eric right now.
I've been anti-Eric because, well, again, the data data entry suits.
Maybe that's his job. But
he bugs me.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about him that rubs me the wrong way.
Well, and it just got exacerbated by, like, his anger and the physicality that his anger takes.
Right.
He's got limbs flailing everywhere.
But he completely neglects leg day. Let's talk about that.
He has very skinny legs.
His body, like, he's not very big on top, but he's kind of cut. But his legs are like toothpicks.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on there. No meat on those bones. Like, I mean, he would survive in a survival situation because there'd be nothing to eat off of him. You know, if they were killing people, drawing straws.
Yeah.
I guess if they drew straws, it really wouldn't matter. It'd just be the luck of the draw. But
yeah.
I'm glad that we figured that out.
Thank God.
Yeah. So he flipped out beforehand when he's talking to Ignacio. And it was kind of weird. I don't know why I did the Barcelona accent there.
I don't know why either.
I just like doing the Barcelona accent.
The Barcelona? Andalusia?
At Sox games now, they serve Modelo Especial.
Do they really?
And I always want to say, I'll have a Modelo Especial. At the White Sox game?
Is it just like the counters, or do they walk around with it?
No, they walk around with Modelo.
They walk around with
That's
Modelo?
the official provider of Sox beer.
Interesting.
Their beer is actually, they're trying to get, like, the hipster crowd in. You can tell, like, it's not, like, big brands anymore. They do a lot of microbrews. It's kind of cool.
They walk around with Goose at Wrigley now.
Yeah, they do that at
which is nice.
Sox games, too.
It would be nice if I could drink it.
Yeah. Too bad.
I know.
That little critter. You're drinking for two now.
Right? I wish it was like that. I love beer, you guys.
So then, this group date, Rachel brought some friends from the Bachelorette. It was Corinne, Jasmine, Alexis, and I reckon it was Raven.
Yep.
You know, Raven had a boob job. Interesting.
It's very tasteful.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, not
like
gratuitous.
they aren't too big.
No, yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah. Alexis had some hair extensions in that were not working for me. And Corinne, as usual, needed to find a brush.
Yeah, her hair, it just needs work.
It's just so ratty.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I guess she just doesn't care. Then, so they went on like a party bus first, and there was more sexy,
Grinding.
in quotes, dancing, like on the pole.
Yep.
Where these poor men, you know, they feel all the pressure to get on this pole and dance.
Men have just, for centuries, have been the victims of mass objectification. And it's just...
And it's disgusting.
It's reached a tipping point, Tommy.
It's
and
disgusting.
I, for one, will not have it anymore.
Yeah, I've never seen anything where they make scantily clad women wrestle in mud or jelly or something.
That never happens. And the mud is not wetter.
No, of course not. They're not slipping and sliding and everyone's waiting for a boob to pop out. That never happens.
No, that does not happen.
How dumb is it that we were attracted to mud wrestling? They're covered in dirt.
I don't know why. Like,
I'm not.
Yeah. I love a half naked man as much as any other straight woman, gay guy, whatever. Yeah. But I didn't find it particularly enticing.
Some of it. When Dean was in there.
Well, he's just cute as a button.
He is fuckable as a button.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, they ended up doing some mud wrestling. And they kept showing women in the crowd saying, "Let me see that butt. Let me see that junk." Once again, I was very disturbed.
I felt like they were prompted.
And you know, they're only saying that to the white males. So white men are who have it the worst. I think we can all agree on that.
It's so hard to be a white man.
It is. Oh my God. Only one,
especially a straight white man.
If you look back at like the last election, only one of the candidates was a straight white male. That is alarming. That is dropped 50%.
My mind is blown.
It is so crazy. It's like, it's scary. It's so scary. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
The voice of the oppressed white man.
Yeah, that's exactly how we talk when we're all together. And we're like, oh my God. Guys, we need to get a good Republican in there. I don't know.
That's what this country needs.
So yeah, the wrestling, and Kenny is of course a professional wrestler. So of course, what Bryce won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the thing about professional wrestling. It's choreographed. Mm-hmm. Hate to burst anybody's bubble.
Well, he's super.
So, like, I feel like if he had, like, really busted out, like, a lot of moves, he could have hurt somebody.
This is true, yeah.
So, he probably wasn't going whole hog.
And he knew what he was doing anyway.
Because, like, when you get beat up in wrestling, there are, like, things you can do to minimize the damage. Like, you're trained to get beat up.
Right.
As well as do beatings.
Right.
I say that in quotes.
And he also had something in his back pocket for the night portion anyway. Also on this date, people expressed concerns to some of Rachel's friends about Eric.
Ooh.
Bryce and Lee. And now that coming from Lee had legitimate concerns. I will say that because
he made actual reasoned arguments against Eric, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a big honking racist.
Yep, pretty much. Because Eric had flipped out on Iggy.
Yeah.
But guess what? Lee sucks.
Yeah. I don't know why Lee felt the need to make it his fight.
Yeah, because he's a racist.
Yeah, and an ass.
And he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? Not there's anything wrong with that.
Also, in the closet.
Yeah. Just be who you are, Lee. Then we got to the night portion. Kenny was a Chippendale.
Yep.
And, I was hoping to hear a great tale about how he had escaped the oppression of being yelled at by women every night.
Instead, he's just so beaten down.
Yeah.
He's so brainwashed.
He had to take his clothes off.
He did.
It's impossible to hear Chippendale and not think of the SNL sketch with Chris Farley. Which is really...
Especially if you're a Chicago comedian.
Yeah, but that's actually a pretty sad sketch when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're just laughing at his weight.
Just because, like, that was his whole thing. That's, like, why people were laughing, and he knew it, and it tormented him.
Yeah, though it wasn't his whole thing. Like, he could do the Chris Farley show, which was always a nice little empathetic character. But, yeah. Then Eric sat down with Rachel, and Rachel sold out Bryce and Lee so fast.
Oh my God, she named names.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking McCarthy trial in there.
Yeah, really. Good night and good luck, yeah. Cigarettes everywhere, black and white. Not like that, black and white, but yeah. And so then Eric comes back, he sits down, he's real pissed. He tells Bryce, though, that he thinks Bryce is genuine, but Lee is not. I believe him. I'm sure there's some racist undertones coming out of Lee's direction as part of this. And then the rose for that ceremony went to Eric.
Yeah, which surprised everyone.
Yeah. I didn't get that either.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused as to whether or not I think he's going to go far. My top 4 are still Brian. I'm going to do Brian, Peter, Dean, and Will.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be my top 4.
Yeah. But so I don't know how far Eric's going to go. Then we went to the rose ceremony for that night. Alex was wearing a purple tiger print jacket.
Oh my God, how did we not focus on this?
It was great.
I caught it in the glimpse of the camera and then caught another shoulder.
He clearly broke into Prince's house and stole that, right? There's no way.
Obviously. That's the only closet that could have come from.
Man, Alex, what the fuck are you doing?
He's being a stereotypical Eastern European.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Disco, disco, disco. Hey, let's have a good time.
Yeah, between that jacket and the pants he wore on Ellen and the ferret on his head, I just...
Russia now, 13 independent republics. I like Soviet days. I went to the KGB museum when I was in Prague, and the guy was a big advocate for Stalin. He said Stalin was good.
Who do you expect to work at a KGB museum?
I thought it was going to be kind of about how bad the KGB was. He's like, oh, no. They call this Stalin's handkerchief. It was like the thing that you'd strangle somebody with. It's like Khrushchev, Gorbachev, bad guys. Open up relations with West. Stalin, good. And they give a thumbs up.
Oh my God.
My Russian accent is not terrible.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm actually really impressed right now.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Never worked it into a scene when I was in improv.
Should put that on your resume.
Yeah, sure. Can do a Russian accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Iggy and Lee both sat down with Rachel and they ripped Eric, who already has a rose at this point. There's no point in doing this.
Everybody's tattling.
Yeah, and so then she goes to talk to Eric. Eric gets really confused, and then Eric goes and he calls a meeting with all the guys.
Which I honestly could not believe was happening.
Yeah.
It's like, is Eric really calling a meeting?
I'm on a hunch here. I don't think Eric is great in front of groups. I don't think he does a lot of group presentations. Because it seems like anytime he's in a group setting, he really violently lashes out and starts yelling a lot. Mm-hmm. He's Chad, kind of on a lower scale.
Chad's a slow burn. It's like a low sieve.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Whereas Eric is just... It
can turn
looks
it
like
up.
a childlike tantrum.
Yeah, he can go
like,
0
honestly.
to 60 pretty quick, yeah. I think he might be a little too young for this show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the emotional intelligence.
To bring back Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor Mocha. Was that her name?
No.
I think that's her Instagram handle.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's right. Or maybe I just
don't know.
invented it. I think Taylor Mocha's a pretty good name. If she ever wanted to start doing porn, that's a great name.
Say that sounds like a stripper name.
Porn name. Well, if she wanted advice, she could always turn to Kenny, who also stripped.
He did.
And was objectified. Kenny, if you ever need to reach out, I think what we should do is set up a charity for the disenfranchised male. Now, Kenny's not a white male, but I'm willing to make him an honorary member of this society. Reach out if you've been affected. If you've been objectified in the last 6 months, I'm here to hear your story. You can email us your stories at takethisrosepodcast@gmail.com. Please do. This is a really serious topic. Also, if you'd like...
I'm proud of you for speaking up.
Yep. Once again, if you'd like to see me objectified on a show, you can nominate me for the Bachelorette. I'm going to keep doing that. Our fantasy league, Take This Rose Challenge.
Are we wrapping up?
We are. Yeah, there's nothing. There's a to be continued after.
Well, I know, but I had something to say.
Okay.
Called. I'm really excited for Rachel to walk in on this.
Yes, yeah.
Because that's obviously what's happening next, right?
So, well, I don't know. And the thing is, Rachel, she was like so over the DeMario thing. She's got to kick Eric off the show after.
Yeah. She is no nonsense.
Yeah. I just cannot. And like when they were sitting there together, he does not seem to be super composed and stuff.
No.
I don't understand how she can be with somebody like that.
No.
When like she seems to have the most chemistry with Brian and Peter. Will, we haven't really seen as in depth, but Brian and Peter seem to be very composed individuals, and that's why she's got such chemistry with them.
Yeah.
So our Facebook is Take This Rose. Email takethisrosepodcast@gmail.com. Twitter @takethisrose. Instagram @takethisrosepodcast.
Yep.
I think that's about it. So Mailbag takethisrosepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'd like to start getting questions. Fun fact, we've got a little break next week.
Oh yeah, no episode next week, guys.
NBA Finals Game 5 is scheduled. Now, obviously, the Warriors are going to sweep. They're a much better team than Cleveland. Cleveland cannot play any defense. But even if they sweep, I think that it's going to be a rerun. So I think there's like a 1% chance that we're on next week.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure we're not.
Is it bad that I kind of want a week off?
Yeah, I'd like a break. I wouldn't mind a break. This throws off my entire sleep schedule for the week. It's 10:06. This has been a long one, too.
You poor baby.
Yeah, I know. Poor Tom. Once again, it's a struggle to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be this.
It's hard out there for a white male.
Oh, God, it's so hard. All right, so until 2 weeks from now, thanks so much for listening.
Yep.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
And we're still on the YouTube video.
Oh my God, we're still on the YouTubes.
We'll talk to you later.